This is a weird story. An Austrian woman says she was bitten by otters while swimming in a lake in northern Wisconsin. Happened last Wednesday on Lake Owen near Drummond. 51-year-old Bridget France says otters suddenly appeared while she was swimming. She was concerned and swam to shore. France says as she got there, one was on her right leg and one on her left leg. They swam off when she shook her legs, but not before biting her 8 or 9 times.
Wow.
The woman is getting a series of rabies shots. So we're going to ask our otter expert about this. Neil Anderson joins us live from Spamaco in the new zoo. Good morning, Neil.
Well, good morning.
What happened?
Well, that is, I mean, it's unusual to have something like that happen, but encounters, across the country with otters become a little bit more prevalent, with the otters making a comeback, really in most of the states. The thing is with otters, yeah, they're very curious, and they're at home, and they can be very bold in the water. The one thing you want to do is you don't want to swim in an area where you do see otters. You'd want to get out of that area because when they're in the water, they certainly can possibly deliver a bite. Now, in a case like this that would have happened, with an unprovoked attack, those things are taken even a little bit more serious, because anytime you do get a bite from an animal, especially like an otter, one thing you're going to have to do, and especially with an unprovoked attack, is you're going to have to go through a series of rabies vaccine as well. And not only does the bite, have that potential, and there's probably been over the last 50 years about 50, 55 cases that have been confirmed of rabies in otters by the CDC as well. Wow. So, it's just something that, you just want to stay away from these animals. And normally otters themselves will go ahead and stay away from people. They're usually not out there seeking contact like that.
Well,
but in the water, that is certainly a possibility. So okay. you definitely want to swim in and around otters. They look playful.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you this, even our otters at the zoo, our zookeepers, and of course they're vaccinated and everything, but our zookeepers never go in with our otters.
Really?
What they do is they shift them off exhibit to a back area, and then they go in and clean the exhibit. And we don't want to take a risk that they could be bitten as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, today, we're starting a whole new process this week, and we talked about, a little bit earlier, we brought this new little cougar cub in. And this is Gillen. She's only a few months old right now, and now it's the time. She finished quarantine back in her animal hospital, and then now it's her time to go ahead and get out on exhibit. Now here's the process that we do. This is the Cougar den building, and we have 2 sides. And on one side we have BB, an older cougar, and then you can see on the other side we have the little one. Now, they're getting to know each other in the back area, so they can look through the center. There's 2 gates that drop down. They can look at each other, get to know each other, get to be comfortable. Well, we'll do this process for a week or 2. We'll kind of monitor, we're going to monitor and see how well things are going. Eventually, we'd like these 2 to get together. Now, one of the things that we need to do with Gillen, then, is we need to get Gillen, she's got to get real comfortable with the outside exhibit as well. Now the next segment we're going to do is we're going to move her outside. So when she gets comfortable with the outside, and then when she's comfortable with the other female over here, we'll eventually let them together in this area where we can control and separate, and then eventually on exhibit. So right now, if visitors come out to the zoo, what they're going to see is they'll see either one cat on exhibit or the other, and we're able to go ahead and bring them back and forth from the on exhibit and off exhibit so that they can each take turns in rotating on this exhibit. But this is all a good process that needs to be followed so that we have a successful introduction with both these animals.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Neil.
Want them to play nice together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
Good. Thanks, Neil.
Sounds good.
See you soon.